The eighth issue, fellow Kenyans, why donations are critical is a question of cartels. Campaign expenses versus cartels. In the absence of financial support from ordinary Kenyans, the presidential candidate may have a small number of tycoons that step in to finance the campaign and the party. This end up becoming cartels, as we end up referring to them in Kenya. Majority of cartels are major campaign financiers. They bankroll campaigns. They enter into deals with the political class. They donate to parties and candidates, and in return secure deals of getting tenders, what we come to call tenderpreneurs, suppliers, and contracts when their candidates win the elections and form government. And we have seen this. There are situations where certain presidential candidates have held a dinner or a supper, fundraising dinner or fundraising supper. A plate goes for 1 million Kenya shillings. People there come and within 2 hours they have donated 2 billion, 3 billion. People are donating 100 million, right? We'll pay that. Kenyans will end up paying that amount of money. Fellow Kenyans will pay through contracts. COVID money that the 2 billion. I hope you can connect these things the way I'm trying to connect them. It is big business. Cartels then hold the leaders at ransom. That's why no high-flying corrupt guys have ever been prosecuted in Kenya. And show me one. Those big guys that have been mentioned here and there. They may appear in court for, they go there for several times. 2 years down the line, the cases are dismissed. No successful prosecution of big fish has occurred. We have many of those cases. After many years, they were done away with. How many millions did we spend on Goldenberg? And now we seem to have forgotten. Trying to fight that case. It's big business. Even if we shout from rooftops, it's meaningless as long as we, the citizens, fail to contribute to campaign kitties. And even if we file corruption cases in court, bigshots won't be arrested or may never be prosecuted because they are party donors who bankrolled campaigns when the rest of Kenyans were watching candidates struggling and do not basically watch them as they struggled. And do not expect them to be prosecuted, that is those big shots, because they funded the new government, and the huge funds they are getting is simply a return of their investments in their campaigns. And this is something I'm trying to avoid. Getting cartels, getting those billions that may be donated, because I will end up in the same situation. My hands will be tied. I will be having chains in my hands, because those big donors would have to be, I would have to have a way of having them get their money back. So what would be the difference between me and the other presidents that we have had? And this, I want to make a difference from now. I don't want to be my hands tied as your president, the way the hands of many presidents are always tied. And they are tied. You have to return favor. We did you favor in the campaign. We gave you our millions. You have to do us favor. And we get our money back. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya's big party donors invest in campaigns for monetary favors, not policy favors. And that's where the difference comes in many countries. And if there will be anybody who may want to finance, yes, we can do it for policy favors. And this is what happens in developed countries. Big donors provide big money, but they will ask, we want a favorable policy environment. And in Kenya, there are so many policy interventions I will be able to do so that businesses can make huge returns. I mean, talk about things like importing things for a company, where when companies are importing things at Mombasa port or through clearance in other areas, you have to struggle for days to get your goods cleared. That's a policy area that I'm coming to intervene. Therefore, if there is a big company, then it can donate, but to ensure that these policies are in place that will enable them do their business in a very good climate. Ending corruption, right? Businesses pay over 60 billion Kenya shillings every year in the private sector, businesses. And this is what I'm coming to end, just to process a few things. Business, that's the amount of money they spend. I want every company in Kenya know, every industry, you can support, you can provide us with millions so that we come and streamline the policy element. Because once we streamline the policy side, you will be able to make huge profits. You will not spend this 60 billion. And that study that I was looking at is a few years ago. So it might even be more than the 60 billion that study noticed about the losses of private companies and industries that they lose. Fellow Kenyans, cartels then get highly inflated tenders which they can deliver or even not deliver. They are given jobs, they are given contracts and tenders, projects to implement. They may deliver or they may not deliver. Why is Ma Dam in Kitui, with so many machinery worth billions lying there for over 10 years? You have seen these unfinished projects all over Kenya. Why? Because many of these companies that were given, theirs was to get their money. Once they get their money, that is it. They will abandon projects, they will walk out. They may ever deliver or not deliver. Or if they deliver, they will do a very poor quality jobs, very shoddy. But they are paid the total agreed amount of money. And these companies are still being given more programs. And yet they are abandoning projects left and right. That's how we pay for air. They don't donate their millions as charity. They are in business, and very big business. If we must end cartels, then the citizens must chip in. If not, who will? If citizens, if my friends, if our supporters want help in this situation, who will do so? Candidates sell their property, as many do, resort to drug trafficking, as it happens, to raise money for campaign. Who will stand in the void? When citizens do not support parties and candidates, who will stand in that void? Our only option is our esteemed supporters. Come in your millions, donate 100 shillings, 200 shillings, 50 shillings, $1, $20, any amount you can. Let's do so, and we shall free Kenya from the grips of the cartels. If we are 1 million of us and donate to my campaign just 100 shillings, we will go very far. Or 50 shillings, or even 1 shilling, or 2 shillings, will go very far. Any amount in campaign counts a great deal. We will deal with the cartels' problems and finish it. Support me through M-Pesa, Presidential M-Pesa 0748-265-314. When we get our party, I shall give you the account where you can donate. Remember, see a bigger picture. Donating this amount to me means me bringing the 2,000 factories, 12 million jobs, the Utajiri Direct Program, the Kazi Milele, and on March 8th, 2023, I shall employ 1 million Kenyans in a single day. That's what my presidency means to you. It's a blessing to you. Help me by donating any amount to bring these great victories and development. May God bless you.